Dr. Rajendra Prasad, P14714, free paper number 654, sewing needle microcapsulotomy, new technique to prevent Argentinian flag sign. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, please.
Good afternoon, everybody, the judges and chairman. My research topic is saving needle microcapsulotomy, new technique to avoid Argentinian flag sign in intumescent mature white cataracts. Friends, we don't have any financial interest in the subject matter of this presentation. Friends, we know that Argentinian flag sign is a self-propagating radial extension of the anterior capsular tear, which typically arises instantly after an initial prick with a hypodermic needle or a Rexis forceps. This was first reported by Daniel Perronnet in 2000, and Perronnet described it to be the sequelae of raised interventricular pressure, the only factor responsible for the propagation of the initial prick into radial capsular tear. Based on this theory, several techniques were described to neutralize the anterior intraventricular pressure, and including the small needle aspiration technique, which involves pricking and simultaneous aspiration of the liquefied lens matter to decompress the bag with the sharp hypodermic needle. But peripheral extension of the capsular tear has still been frequently seen instantly after pricking the anterior capsule, even before initiating the aspiration of the liquid cortex. The incidence of radial extension of the capsular tear has been reported from 3.85 to 28.3%. But what is important is 7 to 24% of the cases, the tear extends to the posterior capsule and transform into the posterior capsular tear, which could result into a serious complication like vitreous loss, lens material drop, and the capsular support loss. So the question arises, why despite many innovative techniques, the problem of radial extension of the capsular tear continues to be a challenge in intumescent white cataract? It means there had to be some other factors responsible which assist the raised interlenticular pressure to propagate the splitting of capsular tear after the initial prick. On retrospective examination of the surgical videos where Argentinian flag sign was noted, we discovered in reality, it's not the raised interlenticular pressure, the only factor responsible for extension of the tear. It is the configuration of the initial prick which is created to open up the anterior capsule by the sharp tip hypodermic needle or the Rexis forceps. You know that puncturing the anterior capsule with ultra sharp beveled hypodermic needle, cystitome or sharp tip Rexis forceps results into a small linear cut with open edges along the entry of the needle. Raised interlenticular pressure with volcanic eruption of the intralenticular fluid triggers a disruptive force along the discontinuous open edges of the linear cut. Linear cut then easily opens up and is split along its open edges, rapidly radialized to the periphery, and it results into an Argentinian flag sign. We also found that tear always extended radially along the discontinuous open edges of the linear cut, but it never extended perpendicular to the tear. So henceforth, we came up with a hypothesis that if we were able to manually create an opening which had a round and regular configuration like a capsulotomy, in true sense, instead of a linear cut, we may provide resistance against the forward thrust of the intralenticular pressure, thus preventing the Argentinian flag sign. So purpose of this research was to describe an efficient new technique, saving needle microcapsulotomy to avert Argentinian flag sign during capsulorhexis in patients with intumescent pearly white mature cataract. We designed and developed a novel instrument, saving needle microcapsulotomy, with a smooth round pointed tip similar to saving machine needle system to open up the tense and stretched out anterior capsule. Round pointed tip of the saving needle microcapsulotomy, when puncture the anterior capsule, create an opening with a smooth and round configuration without any discontinuity, allowing the liquefied lens matter to egress, thereby decompressing the bag without propagating a radial extension of the tear. Round hole microcapsulotomy would act like a mini Rexis with round regular configuration to provide greater resistance against the disruptive forces generated by the high interlenticular pressure. Generally, one capsulotomy is enough, but for complete evacuation of the fluid, multiple punctures can be created to decompress the multiple fluid pockets And to have a successful result in saving needle micro, to stage the anterior capsule. After staging, pressurize the anterior capsule, anterior chamber with the high
I didn't catch
viscosity.
that. Could you try again?
And then puncture the anterior capsule with the sieving needle, which creates a round hole. And you can see the sudden evacuation of the fluid out of the intralenticular space. And then from that hole, we tear the capsule.
Sorry,
and
I'm still not sure about that.
Complete the rhexis. Conclude.
First, you have to tell me where you are.
It is primarily
In security and privacy settings.
in intimacy and white cataract. It's primarily the linear cut configuration of the initial break has the potential to spontaneously extend along its open edges, aided by the raised interlenticular pressure, leading to Argentinian plaque sign. The technique of round hole sieving needle microcapsulotomy provides resistance against the disruptive force triggered by the high interlenticular pressure, thus prevent Argentinian plaque sign. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Can we start the discussion? Judges?
Dr. Prasad, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Prasad.
I think raise your hands and, then we can one by one ask the questions, please.
Dr. Rajendra Prasad, you said you prefer more than one puncture, right? So, do you have any difficulty while joining those when you what are the precautions you take?
Why? Because there's a lot of disturbance coming.
Everybody, admin, please mute everybody. Only Dr. Rajendra Prasad be unmuted. Dr. Pramod Binde be unmuted.
You said you prefer more than one puncture, right?
Yeah.
So while just enlarging the capsular rhexis, do you take any additional precaution? What are the chances of rhexis going out of control when you join those punctures?
Okay. So actually, one puncture is enough in the
Admin, please mute everybody. Admin, please mute everybody.
one computer which is making a lot of sound.
PK Mathur, sir, please mute yourself, sir. PK Mathur, sir, please mute.
And we need to do the multiple punctures, but then multiple punctures, if you have a multiple fluid pockets, in some of the cases have multiple fluid pockets, so complete evacuation, you do the multiple puncture, but the multiple puncture has to be done within 4.5 millimeter of the rhexis size. And the rhexis, when you clear the rhexis, you go away from that puncture, the multiple puncture. So you don't include the multiple puncture within the, it should be within the rhexis, not out of the rhexis. So you don't have any problem with the extension of the capsular tear.
Thank you.
Actually,
Dr. Susan Jacob.
Yeah. So I had a question. There was, is there any way that, or in your studies, have you kind of checked before you actually extend it into a capsulotomy, the round nature of the hole? Because I think the entire thing depends on the circular nature or the capsulotomy nature of the hole. So has that been checked, number one, either visually through high quality photographs after decompressing the fluid, or through maybe an intraoperative FDOCT, which would show that there's no linear tear, maybe by looking at the curling of the edges or things like that?
Actually, because when we start the capsular rhexis has to be started after the complete decompression of the back. See, when you make the hole, one or multiple, the fluid evacuates. Once you evacuate the complete fluid, which you can do later on with the milking technique or by pressing the anterior capsule so that you completely evacuate the fluid. Once complete evacuation of the fluid is there, then the capsule decompresses and it becomes very relaxed. And then you, from that central hole, you tear the capsule, a little tear to make the flap, and then you start the capsular rhexis. So it becomes very safe and it doesn't give any problem while making the rhexis. The important point in this technique is like this is a very simple technique. Like you don't get into any kind of problem, because if at all like it doesn't make any hole, it doesn't. We are not able to make the hole. we are not able to evacuate the fluid, it won't lead any complication. You can use the other method. But puncturing the anterior capsule with a simple sieving needle, which is absolutely affordable, very simple, and very repeatable, and absolutely safe technique. So that is the reason, like this, this technique is being practiced by a lot of people, and it's very simple and very safe.
Actually, my question was, sir, whether there has been any visual inspection of the margins of the hole.
Markings of the hole.
Whether it has been either visually inspected or with high resolution camera or something after the fluid has been evacuated, or with the use of an intraoperative OCT or something like that, whether it has been
To see the
confirmed.
hole, see actually, because when you are making the hole, the fluid evacuates immediately. You can't see anything. But once you evacuate the fluid, and when the fluid comes out, then you can very clearly see the hole. Because I've shown in the video that you can see visually you can see these holes. It's absolutely clear holes you can see. Because when you puncture that round pointed tip, when you go down into the capsule, it makes a hole. It doesn't cut the capsule. Like when we use the hypodermic needle, when you are puncturing the hypodermic needle, the capsule, it makes a linear cut. See, the tip of the hypodermic needle is like a knife. It makes a cut. But when you puncture with this device, it makes a hole. So hole it works like a mini capsulorhexis, rather you can say it works like a mini capsulorhexis. That is, call it as a micro capsulorhexis.
Thank you very much. If there are any other questions, very brief questions, quick questions, and short answers, please.
Sir, I just want to ask you, sir, do you have any other simplified method in which if you don't do this multiple puncture, that the concept which you want to drive, and so this multiple puncture can be done simply by any other instruments?
See, the instrument means like to do the puncture, the basic idea of doing this device is you make a hole. You don't cut the capsule. Because if you have a very high pressure and when you cut the capsule, it opens up easily. So if you make a hole has a resistance against any kind of pressure because it's a circular hole. It won't open up easily unless there is too much of very, very high pressure, then it may open up. But generally it doesn't open up if you make a hole. So making the hole, you have to use something like round tip. So what I'm using now is I'm also using the simple sieving needle, which is 1 rupee sieving needle. You just bend the.
You have muted yourself, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. You have muted yourself. Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just unmute and your last sentence we could not hear, and then we will close this discussion.
So actually what I was trying to tell, like when you are puncturing the capsule, you have to use something which is round and pointed. It should not be like knife. It should be round and pointed. When you puncture, if it is round and pointed, then you are able to make the hole. So idea is to make the hole on the anterior capsule, not to cut the capsule. Then only this will not rupture and open up and get into the Argentinian flax sign.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.